good. It's always room for improvement. Just timing it up right because now we have new quarterbacks and stuff like that. Just trying to get the connections right with them, and just figuring out the best spot for them to put the ball where I can go get it, and just working on my game like that.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that because Christian's gone, Jabari's gone. So, but you are used to Tyre and probably some of the other quarterbacks that have been thrown to you.
Yeah.
How do you is it a matter of just repetition from these guys, or do you have to learn their intricacies, or did they have to learn yours?
It's a little bit of both. Timing, their footwork, stuff like that. Some people, well, we have so many different quarterbacks. You got to know the timing of them. So I have to get out my breaks and stuff quicker than usual for some quarterbacks, or just got to get open a little quicker for some quarterbacks too. So just little things. It just takes time, and we have a whole bunch. It's only in the spring right now, so that's our time to get the connections right. So by the time season comes, it's lights out.
Mm-hmm. Is it almost kind of like having to learn a pitcher versus a batter? Each one's a little different.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Let me take you back to the bowl game. Very exciting time for you guys. You had 3 catches, but most memorable was your 11-yard catch on the final drive of the game. Take us back to that game and take us back to just the drive and winning that thing.
Well, the Missouri scored a touchdown with like a minute left, something like that. And at that point, I just knew like it's time to turn it up. The game's not over yet. We still got time on the clock. So we pretty much knew like going into the drive that they were going to come to me. So I just had to step up, and I knew Jabari Laws was going to step up. And they called that play, and I think it was like third and 7, and the corner was playing off, and I think he was expecting a fade, and attacking vertical, stuck it, and got some separation, and it was a perfect ball. So the rest was his history from there. So
obviously Cole hit the game-winning kick, but to know that you played such a vital role on such an important play, how does that make you feel?
I'm just regular. It's just playing football at this point. I've been playing football since I was 5 years old, and it's just second nature, and it's just what I love to do.
Mm-hmm. Sal, you want to jump in?
Hey, Isaiah, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. Did you get a chance to work with the quarterbacks before the spring? Like maybe just go out and throw the ball around, catch the ball around a little bit, or no?
Yes, it was a few weekends that we came up here to Foley, and just us, some of the quarterbacks and receivers, and just got some passes in, and just learn how they're throwing it, and so they know how we're running our routes too. So we got some time in.
Talk to me a little bit about kind of what made you decide to stay at West Point. I know that there was a little bit of transfer portal talk, but what made you kind of decide to stay at West Point?
Just my teammates. It was interesting process. I mean, very stressful process. When I did decide to go into the transfer portal, and just talking to other teams and stuff like that, it just wasn't the same. Didn't sit right with me, and just the thought of leaving West Point, it just didn't sit right with me. Going into the transfer portal, I never really was 100% like I'm leaving West Point. I was just kind of exploring my options, and I talked to some of my teammates over that period of time that I was actually in the transfer portal, and me personally, I decided to stay. It wasn't like anybody convinced me to stay, nothing like that. This just the culture in the locker room is just something different, and I didn't feel right leaving that. So,
a big part of it was the brotherhood, or no?
Yes, it really was. Just the impact they have on me. They pushed me to get better every day, and I just felt like I'll be letting a lot of people down if I left West Point.
Gotcha. And you think that there's still more out there for you, right, here at West Point, right? You had a nice season last year, but like you said, you're working on to be the best that you can be, and maybe even have more of an impact.
Yes. Me personally, I think this season was just a little eye opener, and I feel like I can build on that personally, and I feel like the offense is opening up more, and we have a lot of guys who can show that have shown that we can catch the ball and make plays when the ball is in the air. So I feel like the passing game can be a vital part of our offense.
Thanks a lot.
Hey, Isaiah, just to follow on Sal's question, so you really couldn't talk to other teams unless you were in the transfer portal. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Was there anybody on West Point on the team who really kind of, when you were talking to them, kind of drove the point home that, hey, this is the right thing to do to stay here?
It was really, honestly, if I can put names out there, it would probably be my best friends. I mean, me and Tyrell Robinson were going through the same process at the same time, and me, Tyrell Robinson, Aaron Bibbins, and Booby Law, we've been best friends since the prep school, and it was just like they were supportive of what we were doing, but it just I can tell they were hurting, and it opened up my eyes, and it just showed me like these are my true friends right here, and what all I need is right here in front of me, and they talked to me over the days, and they weren't really trying to convince me to stay. They wanted me to stay, obviously, but like it was just it didn't feel right leaving them and leaving the team. So
Do you love West Point?
I do. It's a great place, and it brings the best out of you. These days it's gonna be tough, but life is not easy. And if you want to be the best person you can, you got to go through these hard challenges.
Mm-hmm. What is it that you want to learn from this experience and learn over these next 2 years here? What is it that you want to maximize your West Point career?
Just being the best leader I can be, but lead by example, discipline, time management. I think time management is huge, especially if once you get out into the real world. I see a lot of people that I've known growing up that just don't do nearly as much as we do in life right now, and it's kind of disappointing to see. But I feel like West Point is going to set me up to be the best version of myself, so I can have impacts on others after I graduate.
Sure. Last thing, can you talk about the wide receiver room? I asked Ryan the same question. What do you think about the wide receiver cast? How are you guys getting along?
We lost some guys, but right now it's second nature. It's still second nature. We're just trying to get the freshmen up to speed, and we got some guys coming in from prep and the incoming freshmen. So it's gonna be fun. I feel like it's roles are reversed. Actually, I was saying it to myself the other day. I'm not the younger guy in the room anymore. So like I'm taking on a new role. Ryan's taking on a new role. We got Vache Danian. He's coming back. He's getting healthy. Who else we got? We got Cam Sher. I feel like he's going to be a good player for us. Logan Burks, Isaiah Gavin. They're all just right now just trying to learn the offense and stuff like that, getting up to speed. So
I'm sorry, one more. One of your teammates, I wasn't sure if it was a slot back or a receiver, forgive me, but he was lobbying Christian a lot. Throw the ball at me, man. Do you guys, kind of try to get a little favoritism from your quarterbacks? Show me a little love?
Not really. I mean, it depends on the play, honestly. It depends on the situation. Sometimes if I know like it's somebody who's not as good as on the defense, and I know that I can beat them, sometimes I might tell them, hey, look my way a little bit. But we don't really do it too much, obviously, because I mean, it honestly depends on the situation. Sometimes I'll talk to Cade sometimes after and just tell him like maybe I was open on that play. If we come back to it, they're giving this look, this and that, and the other. But it's sometimes, most of the time, it's just jokes.